Okay, this is the sudden rainfall of 7.5 to 11 inches that took place in June 2021, and the septic system of Grosse, Pointe, and other cities giving way and going and backing up into the homes. Many photos and personal possessions and memories were lost to this disaster. People's basements were flooded with sewage. And now some of the lucky ones, 5 days later, are either called out on their own and paying for it themselves to have cleanup done, while others are getting claim numbers from their insurance company they trusted to get service taken care of. And others, who were the fortunate ones, had the insurance company that treats them like a great neighbor and provides for them payments locally so they can get themselves back on their feet. But this great disaster took out many homes. Many homes. I've watched the claims that take place from this, and they're awful. People either didn't have because they didn't want to spend the money any kind of sewage backup in their system, and or didn't have enough, or the wrong company. And so they're having to go through the disaster of not having, of not having the coverage needed to take care of all this loss. Hot water heaters, furnaces, photographs, furniture, beds. People even lived down in the basement. And this was such a rainfall with such fastness that at the middle of the night, that it took everybody by surprise. This is one of the reasons why you want to have sewage backup in your insurance. And then you want to be covered by an agent who can take care of you locally, not calling around waiting 4 to 5 days like some of my people in my church, and all they get is claim numbers. They don't have anyone trying to help them get rid of the sewage smell, replace the hot water heater and the furnace so they can go ahead and live like normal. But this is the disaster that took place and flooded out with sewage, home after home after home. From Dearborn to Grosse Pointe, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Look at the disaster of this. The absolute disaster of this. And we still have water here. The lucky ones have people at their home taking care of them. The unlucky ones are still waiting. They have a claim number. It's very important, people, very important to make sure that you have sewage backup and the most you can get. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Because let's face it, if your home is worth, simple math, $100,000 and you have 5%, you have $5,000 coverage. Now, if you need to get taken care of, $5,000 is not a lot of money. But if you have 15%, that would give you $15,000. If your home is worth $300,000, that means you're going to have $45,000 to take care of you. If not, you're not going to be taken care of properly, and then where are you going to be? If you got a business, you may need to find out What does this do for me in my business? Do I have this taken care of? Church? Does that cover my parsonage and my church? If you want somebody who specializes in flooding, FEMA, insurance, home, and who cares, see my number down below if you're in the state of Michigan. My name is Peter John Parisis. I'm an extraordinarily honest man, and I care. That's why I switched from doing high-end diamond jewelry creations to helping people with their insurance needs because of all this problems that I've seen in the real life. Now this big disaster happened. It's terrible. Look at this. All these affluent homes. It didn't make any difference if you're poor or rich. This came up through your sewer system into your home. This is not a cheap repair. Everything has to be cleaned. Now we're in day 5 and 6 of this whole mess. And I know from last night, people from my church were complaining that they called their major insurance company and all they got was a claim number and that's it. Now my company has been writing checks locally. It's the only one that does to help out. Once they've got the claim number from the recovery and they've been approved, we take care of them. We don't leave you out high to dry. Does this cost a few extra dollars? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. My 5% from my house cost me $37 a month. And I found out that's all I had is 5. So I'm getting mine up to the maximum. So that when this happens, my house is a little bit elevated. So when this happens, not if, I'll be taken care of. So that when I lose things, which fortunately for me, I keep things elevated up on tables, I'll be okay. I'll be better than okay. But I'm documenting this disaster. Just a small portion of it. A small portion of this disaster. This took place Friday and Saturday. Today is Thursday. And last night, Wednesday night, people just had claim numbers from insurance companies I won't even work for. Major ones that don't care. They want your premium. They don't seem to care for you. I work for the largest one. They care. We had a meeting about this Monday morning, first thing. Because it happened most of Saturday night. We had a meeting. This is what we're going to do to help these people out. Don't worry about nothing. Help these people out. They're our neighbors.